Whew! What a week in wrestling. CM Punk finally came back, and he came back in his hometown. Crowned with nuts, he cut another solid, famous promo. And then I'm going to talk about SummerSlam, which happened last night. I'm going to go through it match by match. But this, if you're new here, this is Dramascripted, where we go over the most noticeable things that happened in the past week of wrestling. But how we always start off Dramascripted Saturday, we're going to start off Dramascripted Saturday with the ratings. And we have Raw with 1.86 million, NXT with 654,000, and we have AEW still just floating under a million viewers with 975,000. So SummerSlam last night, woo boy, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of stuff I did like, a lot of stuff I didn't like. I'm gonna go through it match by match, but yeah. So let's start off with, Baron Corbin versus Big E to get, so Big E can get his briefcase back. Obviously, a quick little 10-minute match. Big E was able to get his briefcase back and so on and so forth. Big E won. No surprise there. So then that match was okay. Raw Tag Team Championship match. AJ Styles and Omos versus RK Bro, which is Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. I like this match. I was surprised. I was thoroughly surprised that Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, the storyline for them being, a tag team in RK Bro, and then them putting, their differences together for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then none of them won the Money in the Bank ladder match because, RK Bro indirectly cost Randy Orton his shot to get into the Money in the Bank, but Matt Riddle got into the Money in the Bank, but Matt Riddle didn't win. A lot of love and hate between Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, but storyline paid off. They walked away with the Raw Tag Team Championships, and I think this is Randy Orton's. I want to say this is his 6th tag team title reign. He has a lot, and this is Matt Riddle's first title reign and second belt with the company. First, Matt Riddle was U.S. champion, and now he's a tag team champion. So he's building up a cute little, resume with him made it to the main roster. He's been on the main roster for I want to say 8 months now. Yeah, 8 months now. It's August. So that's, nice to see that build up. The only thing I was surprised about was I was surprised that, Omos didn't turn on AJ or vice versa, because I think the long-term booking here is to get Omos over, because he is the only big or giant that is still on the main roster. There's no more Big Show. There's no more Braun. There's no more Mark Henry. It's for a guy that's considered a large or a giant. It's Omos. So I think the next step, what I would do booking, is to get him over. So have him turn on AJ, and then have AJ put Omos over. So, and then have Omos start a singles run, but he's still kind of green, so I don't know how they're going to do this. And they would have to kind of get him a manager, because Mike's skills are kind of low. So, but that's why I would take Omos after this title match loss, but that's just me. After that, we had this bullshit, Eva Marie versus Alyssa Bliss, and Alyssa Bliss won. There's really no United States Championship match, Sheamus versus Damian Priest. A good match. Very, very, very good match. I want to say the Santon flip that Damian Priest did at the beginning of the match, it looked pretty botchy. I think Damian tripped over the top rope, or he didn't get enough air, because his flip was short, and the heels of Damian Priest's feet hit Sheamus in the broken nose. And since it was short, Sheamus couldn't get under him to catch him, and then Damian Priest fell on his hip. So yeah, that was pretty a rough fall. But good match. They got into slobber knocker back and forth, but Damian Priest still wanted up to win. It was a good match, and now Damian Priest has his first official title on the main roster. SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Usos versus the Mysterios. This match, I was actually surprised. Because how it went was Dominic started off the match. Dominic was wrestling. Then Dominic was getting his ass kicked back and forth by Jay and Jimmy. Then Dominic finally makes the hot tag. Rey Mysterio comes in. And then Rey Mysterio, fights hard. And then there was a point where Dominic saved Mysterio from getting, from the match ending earlier. And then some more back and forth. And then the Usos just straight up just whooped Rey Mysterio's ass. And then beat Rey Mysterio in the middle of the ring clean for a 1-2-3. I was not expecting that type of finish. So, number one, I love it. I love it when heels win clean. And they just straight up just freaking dominated Rey Mysterio. And they both did like a double super kick to the face and then ended with a splash. And then that's how the match ended. There was no way Rey was kicking out of that. There was just no way. So I was surprised by surprised in a good way for that finish. But Usos retained the tag title. And now here we come for my rants. First and only rant. Bad rant about SummerSlam. The Bianca Belair Becky Lynch thing. So Bianca Belair comes out. She's getting ready to face Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks pulls out last minute. Then Carmella comes out. So Carmella's going to be the replacement. Then all of a sudden Becky Lynch's music hits and the pop was fucking astronomical. People are saying that, which pop is better. They're both equal. The only reason you could probably say Becky Lynch's is louder is because there was 51K people in there, but there was really like 45K. But yeah, in the building. So yeah, pop was good. The man is back. Becky Lynch. I did not expect her to come back so soon. Obviously there was videos and pictures of her training after she had the baby. But Becky Lynch is back. She beats up Carmella, and then she just straight up asks for a title shot right then and there. Bianca Belair accepts. Becky Lynch goes to extend their hands for a handshake. Bianca Belair accepts said handshake, and then Becky cheap shots her. Like, what the fuck? And then 1-2-3 match over. Less than that. Like, okay, I get it. I knew Bianca Belair was not walking away with that title as soon as the man's music hit. Because Becky never lost the title. She vacated it and gave it to Asuka because Asuka had the Money in the Bank briefcase. So she let her cash in, then just gave her the title. She never really lost the Raw title, the Raw Women's title. Why they decided to put her on SmackDown, who knows? I guess they have bigger and better things for. Well, we'll get to that later. I don't want to give a spoiler, but yeah, it's they could have done that so many ways better because they've been building up Bianca Belair for the past 6.5 months. More than that. 8.5 months, because the Royal Rumble with Rhea and Bianca Belair being the last two, and then Belair winning, and then the first ever main event African American women to main event WrestleMania 37, and she won, and then they continued building her on SmackDown, beating Bayley. Beating everyone in an episode. But yeah, she lost to Carmella on Friday, but whatever, fluke stuff happens. But consistent build and putting her over, giving her TV time. Her promos was good. Just to have her lose to a cheap shot in 2 minutes from Becky, who's technically that came back is supposed to be a face and did a heel thing and the fans are still cheering. What the fuck is that? No. just no. I did not like that return whatsoever. There are several ways. At least give Bianca a match. A decent match. Like, it could have been a 5-minute match, but something. Not that. Because it feels like you just indirectly wasted 7.5 months of all of our time watching you build her up just to lose. For her to lose in 2 minutes. And for her to lose in such a fucked up way. Like, that didn't sit well with me at all. Next, we had Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. I was almost borderline about to turn this shit off when this match was longer than the BLR match. But for some reason, I don't remember it saying that Jinder Mahal's people was banned from Wingside. Because Jinder Mahal, they had him. They came out with him and he sent them to the back. I don't know why they would do that. But Jinder Mahal ended up losing the match to Drew McIntyre anyway. And this match was roughly like 7 minutes. No, more than that. It was like 10 minutes. But it was an okayest match. Obviously, both men have had better matches. But yeah, Drew McIntyre. Next match was probably I'm going to say the second best match of the night, which was Nikki Ash, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, triple threat match for the Raw Women's Champion. This match was good. I was thoroughly entertained with this match. I like how Charlotte was not treating Nikki as a threat at all, but she respected Rhea Ripley as a threat. I like that aspect of the match. I like Rhea deadlifting both Nikki and Charlotte for a German suplex. I like the Nikki Ash superhero dive, crossbody dive on both of them outside. Very, very, top high spots. They clearly had plans to make Charlotte look dominant in this match because she submitted Nikki Ash, not Rhea Ripley, to get her 12th title win that she's probably going to lose in 30 days anyway at Extreme Rules. But, trying to make her be like Daddy. So, they gave her the fucking 12th reign, which, whatever. So, I don't know where they're going to go from here. I don't know if we're going to get another triple threat match at Extreme Rules. I don't know if we're going to get Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair 3. I don't know what we're going to get at Extreme Rules. But that was the second best match on the card. I enjoyed the match. I just didn't enjoy the outcome. Then after that, we have, in my opinion, the best match on the night. It was Edge versus Seth Rollins. Edge coming out to the Brew theme at the start with the sunglasses on, with the very, very nice Boss trench jacket. I really, really like that. That looked very, very, very Boss. Then halfway through the weird crooked ramp entrance thing that was there, it switched to Edge's current theme song. So a very great match. Obviously the theme here was don't get curb stomped. So Edge did a great job of getting out of the curb stomp, running away from the curb stomp. There was one point where Seth was about to hit the curb stomp and Edge literally off of his stomach flipped over to his back and then grabbed Seth's shoe with his hands and threw him off. Like that spot. Edge bringing back all his moves. The Edge-O factor, which wasn't announced. I'm surprised Michael Cole didn't pick that up. The Edge-O factor, the execution, and the education. All those moves were brought back in this match. He did the Glam Slam, which is his wife's finisher, Beth Phoenix. Almost did the kill switch too, which is shout outs to his best friend, which is Christian. Very, very, very good match. The ending was him literally taking Seth's head and bouncing it off the mat, like beating him to a pulp while he had the crossface. His new submission that he took on, which, I don't know, it doesn't really fit him. I think he should just go, if he wants the submission, I think he should just use the execution as his finisher submission, not the crossface, but I guess it's something new. But very, very good match. I'm going to say that was the best. To me, that was the best match on the card. And Edge walked away with the 1, 2, 3. And now we have it. Final match. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. The Bobby Lashley thing. Yeah, it was okay. I like how the crowd was really, really against Goldberg because we didn't want Goldberg to win. No one even really the fans didn't even want this match. And I like how the face tactics, the heel tactics that Bobby Lashley and MVP were doing helped, the match and how fans were cheering for it. And they kind of gave it away because Goldberg already came to the ring with already overly padded, knee. So that's the knee that they kept attacking. And then the match ended with ref stoppage, which, yeah, they could have just had Bobby Lashley just beat Goldberg because you already had the outside interference, so we already knew it wasn't a clean win, and in that disregard, it wasn't even a clean ref stoppage. And then Bobby Lashley just went all in with the chair on the injured leg, and then Goldberg's son came out, and then Bobby put him in the full Nelson chokehold and knocked him out. But MVP was quickly get off of him. That's Goldberg's son. Pissed Goldberg off. So apparently this feud is going to continue over into Extreme Rules, which I don't like that either. But that's the way that it's heading. It's definitely going to go to Extreme Rules. But I'm just happy that the Almighty Bobby. All right, now here we go. Last match on the card. The guy, the big dog, Roman Reigns, the head of the table, Roman Reigns versus John Cena. And it was a good match. Obviously, Cena's goal was just to get a roll up, to get a 1, 2, 3, because that's all it takes. It just takes 3 seconds, where Roman Reigns just couldn't kick, can't kick out. But he went to it. Cena, instead of just trying to just head on try to beat Roman Reigns, he went for the roll up a little bit one too many times, and Roman Reigns kept kicking out. And then there was a nice little camera spot when Roman Reigns was looking at the camera. He was like, Hollywood, you should have kept your boy. I was like, I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna send your boy back to your hurt. I gotta whoop his ass. I gotta whoop his ass. I'm the WWE now. I'm the WWE. And there was numerous times where Roman Reigns said that throughout the match. And then, Cena got his attitude adjustment off that Roman Reigns kicked out. And then he did the attitude adjustment from the second rope, which to my knowledge, that's the first time someone's ever kicked out of the attitude adjustment, where John Cena had to go to the top ropes of some stuff. And Roman Reigns also showed how dominant it was by him kicking out of the AA when John Cena did that to him through the announce table outside. And he won clean. I think there was less than 10 times that this man John Cena has lost clean. So you know how big that is for Roman Reigns to yet again to go over in a heel match clean. The only match that Roman did not go over clean with when the title was on the line was in Money in the Bank, and that was out of his control. That was just due to Seth, not being able to accept that he didn't win the Money in the Bank, and he just had the personal thing with Edge, which led to the Edge and Seth Rollins match. So that was the way of building that. But besides Money in the Bank, Roman Reigns has won all his matches, singles matches for that belt clean. That's how dominant Roman is. And then after that, Brock comes back with hair. Leave a picture for it right there. So, yeah, but we've done that already. So, I don't know. That moment you realize that Vince released 60 superstars this year to only pay for 3 salaries, which was Goldberg, Cena, and now Brock. So that was your SummerSlam. Overall, I give it a C+. It was okay. Could have been better. That Becky Lynch, Belair shit really pissed me off. Other than that, it was okay. So I give it, I give it a C+, C-. Definitely a solid C. But yeah, now we're on what the next event is Saudi Arabia, and then after that we're going to Extreme Rules. But that's gonna wrap it up for this week's Dramascripted. Remember, there'll be a Dramascripted every week. Please leave your thoughts and comments on the section below what you thought of SummerSlam. And until next weekend, guys, I'm Dante. Or Game Fiend, Fiendable Games. And I'm out of here. Later, and peace. Be safe, everyone.